this town has been unbearable, lifeless, filled only with boredom, propaganda, and control. I've tried to escape, and I've failed this time. But I'll find a way. They call me Mr. Prepper.
I gotta kill the sound on my back feed. We're gonna go ahead and mute that. Yeah, that's what I'm missing, my microphone. I knew there was something missing. This cat has been up my butt since I came home, and I guess she like super missed me or something like that. But I'm going to be shutting down the secondary stream right now. So once again, go to my YouTube page, jump in there, because that's where all the action's happening. Backup stream going down now. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later, or get your asses over in the other one. All right, let's see here. So the backup stream is shut down. Good morning, guys. One of the reasons... Hey, Doug, there you go. Good morning, Doug. Checking in. Stay safe, Doug. We'll tell some stories. Good morning, Catitude. Let's start a whole good morning process here. It looks like the YouTubers... YouTube. If you guys came over from TikTok and you're into the YouTube, say good morning so I know who the hell you are. I love telling you guys good morning and making sure that you get the recognition that I think everybody should get. You know, if you're in community, it should be, everybody should be getting a good morning, you know. Let's see here. What do we got here? We got, good morning. You should have just been like, first. Got Brooke, Rosita, Bully Pack, Black Wolf, Outdoors, and Woodsman. That one's kind of new to me, I think, maybe. Let's see here. We got Blaine. There we go. We got Brian something 123. You're kind of familiar, Brian, but keep chatting and I'll figure out who you are. Let's see. Where are we at here? Connie Mensch. There you go. Catitude. Viking Queen. Viking Queen is like, I want to know all about Prepper Camp. Well, I'm going to tell you, girl. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, the goods, the bads, and how we can even make it better one year. We got JB. JB showed up. Holy shit, JB. JB is like a workaholic, man. I gotta fix this screen now that I only have this one going over. I'm gonna come back to you TikTok people in a second, but I always talk to my YouTube family first. They are actually a lot of Patreons over there, but I'm still looking to get as many people in there as possible. Let's see here. Dog and Ball Productions, Doug Frost, Doug, and Mac. I got to find her real name because I don't want to say her real name here. They're both part of the Patreons. They both showed up. Also, so did, what is it? I always mess his name up because I don't want to say his real name. Major Ken. Major Ken showed up. Nice guy. Talked a lot with these people, man. Hung out a lot with Doug and Max. So what do we got here? We got Tracy. We got Lawyer. We got Rick. Hale. What do we got here? Preston, Piney Creek, Richard Jackson, Barb. All right, looks like all you guys. TikTok, yes, Barb. Make sure. Okay, so YouTube people, check it out right now. Make sure that you're still subscribed. Make sure that you got your notification. Now, obviously, you know you did if you got your notification, but you know what you know. You know what you know. All right, let's see here. So let's shoot on over to the TikTok side. We've got some good mornings there, and let me make that screen bigger. All right, what do we got here? Who was saying good morning? Let's see, viewers are live. Good morning, Ruru Foo. That's a cool name. Good morning to you, Ruru Foo. What do we got here? Anthony, good morning. Crafty, Isaiah Fierro. Where are we at here? Lewis, Smalls. Greetings, Chandra. Where we got here? Isaiah. Hold on, I just screwed up my whole thingamabob here. Isaiah, Lewis, Smalls, Chandra. Grand Mackie, and nobody special. Good morning, young lady. I hope everything is going better with you guys. And if you guys do the prayer thing, then nobody special her family needs some prayers so that things can get better. Love you, girl. Let's see, Barnabastic. Good morning. All right, we got Florida Pepper K68. Hello, Maureen. Good morning. X Dark. Good morning. User Diamond. Sassange, good morning from Jackie. Okay, and David, good morning. What do we got over here? Let's see. That's a thingamabob. What's a thingamabob? Is almost the same as a whatchamajig, but not quite as intricate as a doomaflocky. So now you know that. Let's see here. Okay, so we got Jeff. Good morning, brother. Useful Diamond. There we go. Good morning, Jay Gabab. Jigabab. I don't even, that almost sounds mean when I say it like that. Okay, so let's see here. Some quick stuff. Let's go ahead and get it right. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to cover some very, very quick news. Good morning, Latin Stallion. Good to see you, man. But we're gonna try and stay away from that doom and gloom stuff this morning, so we can focus on the prepper camp, which I think a lot of people actually want to hear more than anything else. Okay, so first things first, and I need to push a button over here for the Wall Street Journal. All right, so listen, guys. It won't let me read it, but this headline should be getting you. Ruth is Rufu. All right, Ruth, I'll try to remember that. So we should be paying attention to this headline, guys, and here's why. Central banks may stroke rates by raising interest rates together. Oh, all of the central banks may raise all of the rates together? People might call that a conspiracy. And oh, by the way, what they just did was test the waters, because here in America, that's illegal. Okay, so the real reason for this article that I want you guys to be aware of is so if you've ever owned, ran, or been affiliated with a small business, most businesses survive because of credit. They take credit out to make some money, and then they use credit to pay their bills as well as their employees. And it's this cycle, okay? And it's not the smartest way to do things, but it is how small businesses expand. It's how they survive. So until they can make enough revenue that they don't need as much credit. But they pretty much always have, whenever you think small business loan, that's credit, guys. So what happens to a small business when they start to increase interest rates on these loans and to pay these bills, to pay these employees, bringing in the money and then paying off the credit? Well, when the credit interest rate is so high that they can no longer afford to use the credit, then the business collapses. So just FYI, keep that in the back of your brain, housing groups. Good morning, Catherine. Welcome back, good sir. Hope your trip was well. Heath, yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was a good trip. Yeah, they do raise prices. They will raise prices, but at a certain point, it's always about paying your employees when it has to do with the business. And even if you're the only employee, at a certain point, you will realize that you are now damaging yourself, not just your business. So I just wanted to bring that up and let that time to switch from OJ in the morning to hot chocolate. There you go. Good to go, dog and ball. All right, so I just wanted you guys to get that in the back of your brain, housing groups, because we may see small businesses getting destroyed. I mean, it is reasonable. I need to shut this down. I need to shut that down. So let's move on. Okay. Yeah, no problem, User Diamond. All right. So the next thing I wanted to get in your brain housing group is this whole hurricane, and it's past 9, so let's get an update on it real quick. We have friends, we have patrons, we have members of our community that are in the direct path of this hurricane. All right. And it's I know that they know what they're doing. Okay, so that's not what we're gonna talk about. But I wanted you guys to be aware of. A lot of times, I used to track hurricanes because my house in North Carolina was basically Hurricane Alley, and so I do know a tad bit about it. I do know where to find some of the web pages that a lot of people are not aware of. There's actually a guy on Facebook who does live streams of weather every single day. During the hurricane season, the guy's normally spot on. His name is Mike.com is the name of his webpage, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and update this page while we're yapping. And the reason I point you to that is because there's a lot of crazy science, but anybody with a 10th grade education can follow a line. So what I want you guys to see is the real reason why they call this SpaghettiModels.com is you can actually see this, what they call spaghetti models for the two major tracking models or prediction models. Okay, so if we come over here, we got some more spaghetti. Let's see. We're going to go down here. He's got some of the craziest stuff on his website. Very, very easy to follow. So this is the actual for the tracking site for this particular hurricane. So if we use the global hurricane models, we see that. And the darker blue ones are the more accurate ones, but they're specific tracks. And you'll see that, and if you guys can't see this, I'm sorry, on TikTok side, but you really do need to be in the YouTube. That's on the go to the link in my bio. It's the second link down. Click on it. You'll see that I'm live. Let's see. Richard Jackson says, how soon in advance do they know when they will do next camp? I would say they would probably know inside of a month. We're actually going to try and cover that. I'm going to bring that website up, Richard. So that you guys can actually see the website, what it looks like, where to go, how to pay attention to it, and then we're going to talk about other things that are predicted. So, what the fucking yeah, the prepper camp was awesome. We're going to talk about prepper camp, but we got to take care of some of our members right now because we have people that are in the direct path of this hurricane. So, what's up, Trident class? Ooh, Trident class 726. Dude, you just gave me a freaking manwood. Dude. I don't have, can you see that cut back there? Can you see that cut? I hope you can see that cut back there. That's right, Broseph. Raiders. Anyway, and I'm not talking about the team, Broseph, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can see those blue tracks. Let's just pay attention to that. We're going to go and hit the, where are we at? Current storm. We're going to go back, and then we're going to check what they call the GFS models. And right now, the GFS models have this thing going right, I hate to say it, but right into the middle of the panhandle of Florida. So it's going to be, looks like it's going to be a little windy and brisk and maybe a little wavy in Miami. But, yeah, all the people that had planned to run west, this may be a problem for you, so please, yes, Bully Pack, he is the resource as far as I'm concerned. Bully Pack says he is a great resource. Absolutely. The guy is spot on, and he's on every single day, if not 2 or 3 times a day, transmitting from his house. And he ain't got no degree, but I tell you what, the guy knows his trash. So, pay attention to this, guys. I would definitely use this as a good reference. Obviously, pay attention to the NOAA situations. But once again, the name of it is spaghettimodels.com, all one word. And you can literally just track this hurricane and know if you're anywhere near it. Just use common sense. And we're going to move on from there. We're going to go ahead and close these links out right here because we don't need them. All right, so let's get into the meat and potatoes. Prepper camp. All right, so Prepper camp was actually... it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, yeah, I'm never going back, and 10 being, I want to have my next grandchildren babies there. That sounded weird. I would say it was probably 7.5. I think that's as high as I would go. 7.5 if we use the star system. I would give it a 3-star rating. Now, some of you may say that's bad, and like, wow, I really did not expect you to say that, man. The reality is that Prepper Camp doesn't appear to be what it was originally supposed to be. So when I decided to go to Prepper Camp, the first thing I did was research the person who started it. That was Rick Austin. Rick Austin was actually one of the I think he was first or second season episodes of Doomsday Prepper. He was shown in Doomsday Preppers, and what basically happened was he did not like. He became introduced once he became, famous, for lack of better words. He he started going to a lot of, or being invited to speak or attending a lot of these different prepper-related or survivalist-related shows, seminars, gatherings. Let's see here. Still better than nothing. Yeah, Wednesday moving travel. Got a tad tighter. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. I'm sorry. I just had a Patreon message and I needed to immediately deal with that. Anyway, so he just didn't like what he saw. All he saw was a bunch of people lining up to sell their stuff. And so what he wanted to do is he wanted to create something to move away from that, so that it was more educationally based, so that people had the opportunity to like learn some things. Now, this was 2014, and it has it appears as if it's evolved from it. I watched a lot of videos that I could find on this particular camp, and did a lot of in-depth research on what their goals were and the people who were showing up, and to see if this was the real deal. So I go off to prepper camp, and let's see, it was basically an 8+ hour drive, but that was nothing. There were people that were not, I'm not joking, that I met that drove from Texas, that drove from Ohio. It was actually that drove from Utah to go to this prepper camp. So I'm thinking, hey man, this, and they were like, this is like my third time I've gone. This is it, man. And I'm thinking, this is great. So I'm like getting all spun up, you know. We get in there, we get our camping spots set up. I'm instantly thinking about after action bullets of ways that I couldn't have screwed it up, but I literally had to plan for. I had to basically have a plan to fail, and the reason is because this was the first time I'd actually taken the girlfriend on one of my trips, and obviously I needed to make sure she was comfortable. So you know, I had planned on setting certain things up in a certain way, and then we ended up using Plan B, and because it was better, and I know I'm speaking in vagaries because now we're talking about my personal life, but I wanted to get you guys as deep as I possibly could. So we got set up, got the lay of the land, got in there, and also I want to caveat on top of this, guys, and I'm going to look for his website right here. Where are we at here? It's Doomsday Podcast, and he's on Podbeam. Hopefully that won't go too crazy. Okay, so let's see here. This is Podbeam, and he's got his own little website here too. But my secondary goal while I was there was I had linked up with Jester from he does a podcast called It's Doomsday Podcast. Now, if you're within our Discord, then you know that I've been talking about it, that I was promoting a show, that I was just trying to help the guy out. He had some originally, he had done the recon, he bought the Wi-Fi. This guy went all out to try and make his podcast as deep in the beef and gravy as possible to get everything out, because this was an opportunity, and I'm going to tell you right now, he did an excellent job. This was an opportunity for him to not just show what he had, but all these people that are supposed to be the tip of the spear, the pinnacle of preparedness, the expert in this and the expert in that, and they're all here, right? So, hey, let's interview those guys. Let's spend an hour with them. Let's get them on the show, you know, and let's get that information out to the people who are listening to his podcast. And I thought he did a stellar job. Now, the problem is that some of the people that said that they were going to help him out, some of the people that said, dude, I got your back, they didn't. They didn't. Him and I literally set up everything inside his booth. And there were supporters there. Don't get me wrong. There was 1, 2, 3. Was it Maverick showed up? Damn it, I can't remember her name. There was another girl who showed up, and she's actually in some of the videos, and she's actually pretty cool too. Damn it, Mindy, or something like that. And I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. If you're watching, I truly apologize. But let's see. There was another one. There's another guy showed up. and I can't remember his name. But it was basically me and Jester setting up his booth, getting things right, checking everything, making sure everything's going to work. And then, and so I was on his podcast a couple of times. But once we got everything going over the next 3 days, he was able to interview a lot of people live on his podcast that he would normally not have been able to do. He also kind of did... what do we got here? There's only one weapon you need is one so you can take a better one from someone else. You know what? Hold on a second, bro. Let's see here. We're just gonna block all. Let's see here. Sorry I had to change the screen, bro, but yeah, no. Just joined. Are you speaking about the camp in NC? Yes, I am. I'm talking about Prepper Camp 2022. It went down this weekend, and I was there. So, anyhow, but anyway, so if you guys are not following, it's a Doomsday podcast. I recommend that you do. I do put him inside of my my Patreon when he does put new episodes out that I like and I think are relevant to our group. Then I will put them inside of the Patreon. Also, if you're not a Patreon, you should be, and here's why. Because it's the cool place. No. Seriously, we talk about, it's the inner circle of preparedness. It is a tight-knit community. I actually hung out with 3 of them this weekend from different parts of the country. We're talking about preparedness on a daily basis, and we are, we're doing it. It's the real deal, man. It's not this YouTube crap. It's the real deal. So take a look at that. If you like it, there's a link in the bio. You'll find it. Support the page, all that other trash. All right, let me take a look at the YouTube. I forgot I've got the YouTube blocked here. Let's see here. I agree with that. Good morning, everyone. Hey, what's up, Loretta? Red Forever. It is going super duper awesome. As usual, I'm in a constant state of semper gumbiness, and that's how we survive through our day. Let's see. I'm gonna say your name right. Me Bane Realtor. Me Bane Realtor. I don't know how to say your name, but that's okay. I went last year, and I learned that I have a lot to learn. Yeah, I mean, so it is. Prepper Camp is great for brand new. Close enough. It's all about effort, right? Effort and enthusiasm will win almost any scenario. Prepper Camp is super awesome for, I would say it's on a scale of 1 to 10 for a brand new prepper. It's probably a flat out 10. It really is. And we're going to get into that too. So let's see. I love the libraries that you sent me. Great advantage of being a Patreon. Yeah, Richard. And it's funny too, because if I run across something new or updated, I'll go in there, I'll update it, I'll get a new link, and I'll send it to you guys. But I normally stay on top of that, so it doesn't happen super awesome. You were right about September 24th, no big deal. Hey, Red, you like that video I made? That was hilarious. Because that guy he's actually a podcaster, and he came up to me and was like, so, what's the deal with September 24th? Because I haven't figured it out yet. And it was funny. It was funny. Okay, so we kind of got stuck on the podcasting thing, and that was my backup mission while I was there. So once again, it went down at in a place called Saluda, North Carolina. Oh, and it's also where are we at here? Orchard Lake Campground. Let me see if I can click on some pictures here for you guys. Orchard Lake Campground. We got that right there. These are all real places. This is what Prepper Camp looks like without any preppers in it. It was actually a really, really nice place. They have lots of campground, lots of places for the RV. Getting in there is a little tricky because it's in there, man. It is definitely in the boonies. But I did it. There we go. There's a picture of Prepper Camp right there. And that's from 2017, which is kind of interesting. Hey, what's up, Prepped and Prepared? Good morning to you, girl. No, I did not wake him up. I would not do it. I would not throw any cold water on him. That and his wife showed up the night before, so I didn't want to hey, what are you doing? Create an awkward situation. But anyway, he made it. He made it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move off of that. The Prepper Camp website, it's still running in 2022 mode. There's no way to know. You should would have been great. No, that's okay. You might have got away with that, but I don't think I would have got away with that. All right, so let's see here. If the my YouTubers. So here's what happened on September 24th, YouTubers. Hopefully I got
All
it
right, so today's the 24th. This is the day stuff is supposed to go down. I'm here with Rapture Prep. Rapture Prep, what happened today?
Man, I got a sunburn. That was it.
That's what I thought.
So that's really what it was all about right there. Rapture Prep, he was pretty cool. He was one of the people that got interviewed. Let's see, preparedness now. How you this morning? Oh, okay, I got you. Did Jester drink a lot of soup? No, he didn't. I'm sorry, I don't know you. Use for user F, whatever. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that he consumed any more soup than anybody else. But everything stayed under control. We'll say that. All right, let's see here. So, what we got? Local prepper. There we go. And let's see. Let me see. Where can we at here? We're at 27 minutes. Let's see. Live podcast time. Good morning, preppers. So this one was about 2 days in, I think.
Just a quick check-in. Things are going well. Got my little walk in the nature, figuring out things I can eat and not eat.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Place is packed. It's unbelievable. Hold on a second. Boom.
Good morning, Allison.
Class after class, after class, after class, after class. And there's another class out there in the woods. There's that's where you can buy stuff. And this is the parking. These are the people that didn't camp here. And then holy shnikes. And of course you can get a little food. Overall not bad. Make sure you guys get over to that Doomsday podcast. I'll be going live here in a little while on his show. I don't know what I'm going to do on mine, but
all right, I think we're going to go and pause that right there because I'm going to use this video later. But I think we're good there. All right, so I met a lot of really good people. So shout out to I met Prepper Dad. He follows on TikTok. He came right up. And it's funny. It was funny, too, because I didn't, walk around with this big sign that said, hey, I'm local prepper. I didn't do any of that. I think I had one sign. It was on Doomsday's table, and you literally had to, walk up to even see it. But you could tell that there were people that would walk past me and just kind of smile at me and then just kind of walk away. So there was some recognition there, but I would say maybe 20 people kind of walked up and shook my hand. Hey, I'm so-and-so. I watch you on this channel. I try to get personal with them and where are you from? What are you doing here? How long have you been preparing? Things like that. Prepper Dad came right up, brought his chair over, sat down with me, engaged, and then poof, he was gone. Okay. I guess he had things to do. I think he may have actually had something to do with the booth as well. So, I think it's important that we recognize the people that are trying to do good things as well. Now, up on the screen, I've got something called Preparedness Hive, and the reason I've got this up is because this gentleman walked up to me. He's like, "Hey, I follow you. I watch your videos. I love what you're doing." And, I started to talk to him, I met his wife, I met his kids, I met his business partner. I mean, they were just really genuine people. What I also found at Prepper Camp is that's basically everybody that was there. I mean, this was not, the only people running around with tinfoil hats on their heads were the ones that were trying to compete in the tinfoil hat competition. Yeah, they had one. It was pretty cool. But these people were just these genuine good people. There was never once an uproar. There was never nothing. It was so almost happily subdued. The place was clean. like, you know, when you put on Friday, there was probably 1,000 people there. On Saturday, there was probably 2,000 people there. The parking lot was out. I mean, it was just like boom, completely full. That, like in that video I showed you, there was. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna scroll back here. We're gonna take advantage of technology. I'm gonna go like AV Geek on you for a second. Fingers pointing. Okay, that's a good spot right there. All right, so we'll make that bigger. All right, so that parking lot, you can see back over here, this was full all the way back here. And then all this spot right here up to this fence was completely full. This entire area back here was 100% completely. There you go, Mini Heaven Hosep. There you go. Hopefully you're feeling good, girl. Hopefully you're feeling better. I heard you had a situation, and I want you to get better. But yes, that's great because I couldn't remember your name before, as usual. But anyway, but this whole area was just full to the brim. There was 2,000 people there easily on Saturday. Let's see here. But so I ran into them. I talked to this guy's family. And you know, obviously he was trying to promote his business. He gave me his little card here, you know. Yeah, and Mini Haven, you'll be okay. Just drink water, take that vitamin D, get that B12 in you, get some C in you, you know, and you know, keep your monitoring, and you're gonna be just fine. Just cough that muck up. But anyway, so KC, I met him, talked to him. Just a stand-up guy, super humble. So I was looking at his website today, and I think that you guys should actually take a good hard look at it, because 99% of the time it's just somebody trying to sell you their shit. You know what I'm saying? With no effort whatsoever. It's like you read these articles. It's like it's this big catch. Roar! You're gonna die. Read this article, and it catches your attention. You start skimming through it. You know, it looks like it's been written by a 12-year-old with a pink crayon, and there's no thought into it at all. It's like, oh, you need water. Click these links. Go to my Amazon store. And you know, we do that. I do that too. But I don't play around with it at all. Hey, there's a store. If you want to go take a look. Whatever, you know. But in looking at this guy's stuff, dude, lots and lots and lots and lots of effort. Super impressed. It just goes on forever. I totally recommend that you guys download this guy's guide. I downloaded this guy's guide, okay? All right, so here's his guide right here. I think I can do 100%? How do I make that screen go away? 100%. No, I don't know. Shit. What's that? Is that one it? Is that the 100% button? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Anyway, we can do this. Let's do that right there, I think. But, dude, when you normally get like a guide like, oh, you're going to guide to preparedness, it's like 10, 15, 20 pages max. This thing is 66 pages deep. Not joking. I'm going to, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to drop this in the YouTube. A little shameless promotion for the guy. So you guys can, as usual, you take a look at it. You decide whether you want it or not, okay? Has costed me 0 pennies, okay? But anyway, it just goes on, and it's really super, super detailed. Yes, he's obviously got some products he's trying to sell you. But you know what? If the guy's trying to sell me with 1% of what he's made, then he's doing the right thing. I think that you guys should probably sign up for this. And like I said, you just give me your name and email address, and you're going to end up on a mailing list or whatever. But you know, just super impressed. Super, super impressed. Who? I missed it. BZ Later. It's the name of a company. It's called Preparedness Hive. All one word, .com. Preparedness Hive. It's ran by a guy named Casey. His business partner was really busy. I basically shook his hand and he was doing something else. So I don't know his name, but you'll probably find it on their webpage. They're very super family oriented. And it's just super impressed. Super impressed. So we're gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that out there for you guys. If you want any more information on that, you know how to find me. I will get you guys hooked up with some more information. Let's see here. Rosita, Jim, be safe. Let me know. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to that's not what we want to look at. Neither is that. None of these things are the ones I want to look at. I want to look at prepper camp. I want to look at prepper camp. You know what? Where's that video at? Okay, so we went over the whole like people showing up things. Why is your tongue blue? My tongue is blue because I eat chewable B12 probably about 3 times a day. It's just better than drinking energy drink. You can buy it at the old Wally World. It's cheaper. It's actually cheaper than drinking the energy drink. You get more B12 in one of those in one of those pills than you will in an energy drink. And the energy drinks are what they started. Well, I think under today's economy, the small Red Bull is around $5.99 or something like that. But anyway, so yeah, morning, afternoon, and evening. Chew up a. I didn't know it made my tongue purple or blue, but thank you, Joey, for letting everybody know that. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I use liquid B12. Yeah, exactly. I just like the chewable ones because I prefer pills that are compressed because they have a long shelf life, and if I buy a buttload of them, they're not going to degrade. Let's see here. We got some stuff in the YouTube here. Good morning, all. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm going to show that. Sorry, Doug. YouTube censored your tweet, your comment there. So Douglas says she needs some of that whoop ass, and he's talking about Mini Haven. So one of the classes that I took was on wild edibles, and so I'm going to give you the good, bad, and the ugly. So the good is the class was taught by a guy who has over 30 years of experience of just walking through the woods, finding stuff, and eating it. No joke. What did I learn? I learned that I can eat plantain leaves, and I learned that how to identify the difference between a true dandelion and a faux dandelion. Faux dandelions you do not want to eat. They will make you extremely sick. And the way you do that is just remember faux dandelions are fuzzy. They have fuzzy leaves. They look almost identical to a dandelion, but they have fuzzy leaves. That's the first way. The second way is a true dandelion only has one stem going up to the flower. It never branches out. Faux dandelions can have multiples. Let's see here. I was amazed at the amount of plantain everywhere. Yes, Mini Haven, plantains were everywhere. So that was the good thing. Now, when I watched the original videos of this, and they've been bringing this guy back for years, and he really does know his stuff, Smurf. Shut up, Richard. Don't be a dick, Richard. Hey, good morning, Karen. Good to see you. Let's see here. Karen, are you the Karen from this weekend, Karen? Let me know. Because I still can't remember Mac or whatever. But anyhow, when he started doing this for Prepper Camp, there was like this walk in the woods, right? And he would point out things, and he would like point, and people could like 10, 15 people could get around him and see exactly what he was talking about. Not so much this time. Not so much. Each class, yes, there you go. Okay, good, Karen. Good. Nice. I'm glad you're safe sitting right next to somebody else on YouTube. There you go, Mac. Anyhow, there had to have been 50 of us. What's up, Odd One? we are having a great day. We're talking about blue tongues and B12 and prepper camp. Let's see, Doug. She makes us coffee and breakfast. Nice. But what's up, Cumbozo? But there were just too many people. I literally couldn't see a lot of stuff. I really had to listen very hard. I didn't want to like push all the way to the front and push someone out of my way so that so that I could learn something or see something that they couldn't see. To me that's kind of rude. But I think that and we only literally walked 100 feet. And it was literally down the side of a road. We went around a tree that we were literally that the class literally started right next to. The guy was a wealth of knowledge. If I could have had anyone, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, guys. But if there was any one thing I would say that was bad about the class was the guy told too many stories. Instead of using your stories for fillers so that you can only you only have to show us 6 plants. You don't have to tell me your lifelong story about poison ivy. We all know what poison ivy is. We don't all know what it looks like or its particular types, which could have been really useful, but we don't need to know how you almost died from poison ivy. So, what's up, Covey? Good to see you, man. Let's see. So that's one of the bad things I didn't like about prepper camp. Things that could have been very or should have been very open, very like up in your face, very almost hands-on-ish. I didn't see a lot of that. Unless you were doing like some of the martial arts stuff they were doing, unless you were doing some of the trapping stuff that they were doing, there wasn't, for me personally, it's what I saw was, and I'm treading lightly here, guys, because I do not want to stop people from going to prepper camp. I do think that it's probably something you should experience, but in my personal opinion, it should not be, hi, I'm this person, I did all of this stuff, here's my story, oh, by the way, I have a booth if you want to come buy my stuff. There was a lot of that. Some of it was just innuendo. Some of it was very vague, things like that. But seriously, B12 is great. Exactly. If you guys aren't on B12, you don't know what you're missing out on. Where we got here? Mebane Realtor. How come you didn't come see me, Mebane Realtor? Did you not know I was there? And that could be an honest answer, too. Let's see here. It was good for getting started on some information. None of the classes were a little bit more in depth. Yeah, there's no doubt that knowledge was imparted. There's no doubt. I will not say it was a waste of time. I will not say don't go. I will not say don't waste your time. But there was a constant comment that I heard from the people that I spoke with that they kind of expected more because that's what it was supposed to be. It was not supposed to be, hey, I love me, sell me your stuff. It was supposed to be you walk away with an education. Now, if you did learn something, which I'm sure someone did, hell, I even learned a few things, then yes. But I think for what was it, $80 a ticket or something like that? Honestly, I can't remember. I would look, but I don't want to demean the process. That I should have gotten a little bit freaking more out of it than what I felt that there were so many people there that should have gotten more. And that's the balance. It's almost like class size. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you. Let me get over here. So let's see here. I'm gonna get those two right there. So the one on the right is, and you guys can't see this on the YouTube. Are there prep camps in Iowa, and have you attended any? I do not know, Jeff. That's the other bad part is a lot of things that are prepper related are generally out west. Minnie Haven says, I learned aquaponics is not for me. Learning achieved. Time to level up. You have leveled up, you know. JB says, I'm already hyperactive. B12 makes me extra unbearable. JB, I believe that, man. I believe that. But listen, if you guys are on the YouTube, you're seeing these picture of these two tents. So each one of that little tent right there could probably hold about 50 people, okay? That big one is easily 100 people, all right? And these tents would be just jam-packed full of people. So the class size was huge. So we all know if we've got kids in school, the bigger the class, the less knowledge is actually imparted, because there's no up front, there's no circling the class. You know, you can't see everything, you can't hear everything. You're not going to maximize learning by having these ginormous classes. Now, did that happen because so many people came because they needed to support that? You know, it did. Is that why it happened? Maybe, possibly. Did they plan for this to happen? Maybe, possibly. Did they, obviously they have to, it's very likely that they had to pay these people to show up, and then that's how much money they needed to make based off their class size. There's a little bit of math to it for the business side. So there's a lot of things. So I'm not going to imply anything. All I'm going to say is that I really wish I had learned more. I had planned on going to some classes. There were classes that I didn't go to because I was just like, I had walked past them, and I wasn't seeing what I wanted to see, you know. So what do we got here? On the poison oak, my papa always said, leaves of 5, let it thrive. Leaves of 3, let it be. Yes, Richard. Did you know that poison ivy actually grows in these giant leaves that are like this long and this wide? And yes, they're leaves of 3. I had no idea. I'd never seen anything like that. Generally, where I live, poison ivy, it's the leaves of 3. They're super bright. They're normally on the ground, or they're trying to travel up a tree. No, this was a giant vine that it almost reminded me of like plantain leaves, but it was poison ivy. Let's see here. Window Liquor says, hey, about time you showed up, Window Liquor. I went to the tractor and truck pools. Cost $30 for the weekend. We had a blast. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see. Anything like that around Georgia? I don't know, Ruth. Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, a lot of these things happen out west. I was very surprised that this one kind of popped up out of nowhere for me. But I figure, what the hell, let's give... we got somebody popping into the live. Nice to take a break and sit and watch the morning beat. Yes, JB, it is nice. It is nice to have you here, man. Let's see here. Karen says, I think also some of the classes could have been longer. Hard to go into a lot of detail in only an hour. Absolutely. You know, I think I'm starting to wonder if maybe it had not grown since 2014, if it hasn't grown out of control, if it hasn't grown to a controllable level where people are still getting things based off of the core values that started this whole thing. And I'm not saying in a bad, I'm just saying maybe they're just trying to keep it going at this point, which is really good, And another reason to go too, actually like support what's happening. I'm gonna pour me a little more coffee here. And let's see here. Are there any prep camps? And we asked that. I learned aquaponics are not from me. Put oatmeal in a stocking and take a bath works. Good for poison oak and ivy. Yes, correct. Going back to what I think Frosty said. So I had the opportunity to hang out with some of my Patreons. You got Frosty. You got Mac. You've got Major Ken, and get feedback from them. Also, it was great. I was able to help Frosty by do a little shopping with him and say, hey, this is a good deal. This is not a good deal. Is this guy just after my money? Stuff like that. Because you guys know I sell stuff. I sell prepper stuff, and I do not like paying a lot for stuff. It's it was interesting to see there were some that were more expensive, like, no, that's a ripoff. And then there were others that were actually priced less than what Amazon offered. So we definitely snatched up some of those things too. I've got a message here I need to look at real quick. Why am I getting a voice message? Okay. Let's see. I need to turn something on real quick. See if I can get that person's attention. Let's see. Sorry about this. This is important. It's a live show, so we do live stuff. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, I was glad I could actually help. A Patreon out, a member, a friend, and actually meet them and shake their hand and give them a hug goodbye and wish them safe travels and things like that. I really did enjoy doing that, and I think that was a great opportunity for me to just try and be as good a person as I can. So let's see, Preston, what do we got, Preston? I heard that a rocket is being shot at an asteroid today. Random, sorry. No, so it's like 6 trillion miles away in this space, and it's the DART program, and it's a satellite that was launched months ago, and they're gonna try and slam it into an asteroid to see if they can change the course of an asteroid. It's a gigantic experiment. From what I understand, you're supposed to be able to watch it live around 7 p.m. and obviously there's going to be a time delay between now and 6 trillion miles away. But yes, it is a real thing, Preston, and thank you for bringing it up. Let's see. Minnie Haven says, it was awesome meeting so many like-minded people and TikTok friends. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We were talking about that earlier, and just people walking past, but people are generally aloof, but it was okay. I mean, it wasn't, people are like, so yeah, wow, he's got like a whole buttload of followers, and I'm like, yeah, I'm TikTok famous. That's not a big deal, But I had a good time. I'm just glad that I could be there to meet the people who were coming to spend time with me, and also to help out Jester. I really enjoyed meeting Jester. He is a character, guys. I will tell you right now, he is a character. If you ever get a chance to meet him, I would definitely do that. If you're not listening to his podcast, yeah. Okay, so we're going to go over time because I want to talk about a couple of things that came up during I'm going to go ahead and change screens here. Oop, that's not. There we go. That came up during prepper camp. Nothing serious. Hey, there's Major Ken, but it was for newbies and Salies. Yeah, we were talking about that, Major Ken. Major Ken was there. He gave me lots of hugs. I think he kissed my neck a couple of times. Now, Major Ken's very quiet. He's a very reserved person, but it was definitely good to meet him and have a conversation with him. So, still love you, man. Still love you. Even though you got to keep those. We'll just say Major Ken met up with a handful of Legionnaires, and if you know anything about those guys, they don't drink beer. Anywho, lots of fun. Always lots of fun. So, 2 things. First was, people kept asking me if I had a podcast, and I kept telling them, yes, I do. Here's where you find it. But the one thing that I really, really liked about working with Jester was that he uses that Podbeam, and people can call. What? I'm going to hold on, Natural. I want to read that a second. People can call in on the Podbeam, so you can actually have this live interaction. I don't have to fire any other things up. So it really got me thinking about dual streaming on Podbean while I'm doing this as well. So that would give people the opportunity to call in and so on and so forth. I don't know how it would work. I don't know if it's even possible based on my bandwidth, but it's something I was thinking about because I do have a podcast, if you guys don't know that, but I don't do it a lot because it's a lot of work to do it right. And as you know, we all have a limited amount of time on this planet. All right, so let's see here. Natural gas burned. You consider yourself intelligent, and in the same breath, you think you're going to see a live event. You literally, natural gas, dude. You literally just, like, one statement goes that way and another went that way, and you kind of confused me, so say something else. Say something else. I want to follow up on that. Make me understand, bro. I really want to understand it. What we got here? Where are we at, Preston? Major Ken says prepper camp was good, but it was okay. We got that. Karen says it was awesome to meet you, and prepper girlfriend. Thank you for your kindness and hospitality. Yeah, you're very welcome, Karen. And it was all planned. It was just a giant show to keep you guys happy. No. We had a great time. On Friday for lunch, we made walking tacos. So what did we learn from the walking tacos? Well, one, my chili is freaking awesome. And yes. Okay, so there was like this debate whether my chili or it was Jester's chili was best. We didn't have a chili cook-off. We didn't have a taste test or anything like that. But I will tell you that Chester's chili was very, very good. But my chili was better because I prefer my chili is more like meat and beans and a little bit of tomato stuff and some spices, and I like that thicker, like meaty bean, like chili, you know. Whereas Jester's was a lot of vegetable base and was delicious, but mine's better. We all know mine's better. Let's see. He's implying that you're not going to see it live. Why wouldn't I see it? Oh, are you talking about the asteroid? Yeah, of course, dude. Well, you're going to watch NASA go, "Rah! We did it." So you can see it live. It will be like probably on NASA.com or some crap like that. Don't make me bring Texas next year. Hey, listen, but here's the thing. Texas chili is for hot dogs, okay? Everybody knows Texans don't put beans in their chili. But so if you want meat gravy, go Texas. Truth says I'm not computer savvy. I can't see your pinned post. How do I get to it? You have to use your phone, and it's going to be when you look at my bio or my profile, it's going to be the very top left video. It'll say pinned in red on the top of it. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that's the only identifier. It'll be the top left-hand one. Let's see. Kindness and hospitality. It worked. But yeah, I know. I'm sneaky. But no. So we had walking tacos, but we did not serve them in the bags because a box of 40 like 2-ounce, like these little bitty bags of Doritos or whatever chips was for a box of 40 of those. No, sorry, it was a box of 20 of them was $40. So $2 for this little bitty thing of chips. And it's like, no, we're not doing that. So we just broke out the bowls and got the chili and sliced everything up, and it was pretty damn good. Got to spend a good hour just sitting down, chewing the fat and breaking bread and enjoying a meal with some people that are definitely friends now. So, hi, Desert Training, good to go. You showed up, man. I guess it's good for you. I decided to keep streaming a little longer today, huh? You slacker. Let's see. What do we got here? Is there anything else in here? And yes, the girlfriend was there. She was all over the YouTubes. I think I even did one TikTok with her in there where we were promoting the Jackeries. And Jackeries performed very, 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 very well. If you guys want to buy a Jackery, contact me on my webpage. Just use the contact button. I'll be happy to talk to you about the size based off of your needs. I also sell the Pecrons, but the reality is that for this particular case, I used... I will. She was worried about you. She was really worried about you. But we knew that there were other people that were headed up there. So, yes, Catitude, absolutely ridiculous. Let's see here. Major Ken says the best classes were by the ones who didn't have stuff to sail. Ba-ching! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. EDC and Bug Out Bag Lady was good. Rick Austin's Secret Garden. Trapping and cast iron refinishing classes were good. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I knew that the Secret Garden thing, a lot of people don't know about that. You can get all that information offline. Did you guys know that? Google's Rick Austin's Secret Garden, and it'll tell you, like, how to make the rings and what to plant and all that. It's all out there completely free, you know. But, yeah. Let's see here. On the Jackeries, I just put the solar panel up, and we were in a gully, too. So we were not getting, like, 8 hours a day of sunlight into this little camping spot. But there was one night I burned, I don't know if you guys can see these. I burned these, can YouTube see these? Hold on a second here. I don't know what she's sending me a message for. Okay, so on one night I burned one of these down to 0. I don't know how it happened. I think what I did, I was running my portable refrigerator, and I think what happened is I covered, I have a one of those a packing blanket, which are super awesome for any utility. But I use that to cover the refrigerator to keep the cold air, or to keep the cold wrapping around the refrigerator. And I think what I did was I covered the vents. If you don't know anything about refrigeration, it actually creates heat. So I think that I basically made a circle of heat-cool cycle that kept that thing running all night long, instead of just cooling it down, waiting for it, and then powering back up like it's supposed to do. So that was something that I learned. But I burned one of these all the way down to nothing. Now I'm in the process of recharging both of them. And each day I would just like alternate them out. And like I said, I had the 60-watt solar panels up, or a panel up on the top of the truck, you know. Convection oven, yes, yikes, exactly. That's basically what was happening. So, and that's my fault, because I kind of felt I had a project where I was going to make a blanket or a containment for the refrigerator itself that fits it. I bought one that was just too small, and I also didn't like the insulation that was inside of it either. But I'm going to make one for it, so that the vents do not get blocked, and I don't have to cover it with a blanket and take those chances again. Other than that, I've never had one burn down to 0, which was great. Like right now, that one's back. This is the one that burned down to 0, and that's been charging for, I would say, about 2 hours, and it's already up to 36%. And this one was at 17, and it's at 48%. They're both pulling in 60, 61 watts right off the wall, no problem. But I was getting anywhere, if I paid attention to the solar panel, which I only went up like once a day to adjust, I think I was pulling anywhere from, I want to say, like on the low side, 16 to 20 watts, and on the high side, 40 to 50 watts. So all in all, one solar panel, 2 machines, swapping them out, worked great. Kept the cell phones charged. Did very well in the cold. The temperature dropped on the second night precipitously. It was like, whoa, you know, we went to bed, it was like 85 degrees. And we woke up in the morning, it was like 40 degrees. I remember Jester actually had to get him and his son up and get in the truck to warm up, because it got chilly in that little camping gully. All right, so to the second thing. The second thing, and we're probably going to make this the last thing unless something comes up. So what my takeaway from Pepper Camp is that I think that there's a better way to do it by keeping the class size small and making it more of a, I hate to say it, but more like a course. By bringing in specialists who are vetted as experts in their field and have nothing to sell, and making it local. Now, as usual, there's always going to be the problem of location. We have people everywhere. Like I said, there was, people that drove from Texas, people that drove from Mississippi, people that drove from Ohio, people that drove from Utah. Yeah, if they're willing to make that drive, then wow, And what I was thinking was maybe we try to make something here on the East Coast, because if people, if there are people that are going to drive that far to get that, for lack of better words, entry level type of education, how far would people drive to be part of a small class size, course oriented, so that you actually walk away with an education in a certain thing? How far would people come from that? You know what I'm saying? Get that class size down, make sure that your instructor is vetted and has nothing to gain from teaching people, and keep it local so that your instructors are all around. They don't have to pay a buttload of money. Hell, they may be able to drive from where they live every morning to come in and teach their class. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering what you guys think about that. If you let me know in the chat. I see Melody. I do that. Let me know, because I'm seriously thinking about this, because it's basically going to be, it's like a year's worth of work to make something like this happen, because people are going to be like, they'll commit, then they'll drop out, they'll commit, they'll drop out. And that happens on the instructional side as well. So I'm seriously thinking about doing something like that, so that it's going to be beneficial for the people who show up. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a moneymaker. Yeah, we'll probably have to. Let me look at something real quick. I want to look at something real quick. I want to find out where is that homepage. Okay, so buy your tickets now. It says it's sold out. Okay. They changed the page. Does anybody remember how much the tickets for Prepper Camp cost? Because I want to say they were like, honestly, my gut says $80 a person. But I don't know. And now I'm on the Prepper Camp website, and I don't see any. Let's go to buy tickets now. They're $59.95 before a certain date. So the cheapest they were was $59.95. Okay. While I was there, everybody's always looking for a business opportunity. It's just the way it is. I don't know how many people I saw that. I don't know how many people I saw that were affiliates for Jackery, but didn't have a Jackery in their booth. Just, hey, click this link or look at this and put your phone on that, and that'll send you there. And then you can buy it, look around, and it's like, but they don't have a Jackery. You know what I'm saying? $90 if you got there late. So Major Ken paid $70. Okay. So somewhere between $59.95 and $90 per person to get into Prepper Camp. Well, while I was there, I got approached by a very vocal young lady who clearly does recruiting for very large prepper-orientated gatherings. And she definitely wanted Jester to go to hers, and rightfully so, because she had a plan for him that is just awesome, which I won't discuss. That's his bailiwick, that's his thing. But she also spoke to me, and she asked that I came. But anyway, so I immediately whipped out my cell phone, got onto as much internet as I could in the middle of the woods, and found out that the tickets to go to this gigantic prepper related gathering in Tennessee was $18 a person. Gigantic. $18 a person. So it just makes me wonder. It's like, so what? Why is it so expensive? And then on top of that, we had to pay for camping. At prepper camp, had to pay to camp there. So it just, this whole money thing really gets under my skin, because knowing that certain things will cost money, I don't know. It's hard because there's a business, there's business there, and obviously somebody's making money at some point, and people are getting paid for whatever. But the reality is that there's probably a way to make it as low cost as possible, and those are the things that I'm thinking about already. It's traveling long distance to attend classes that just doesn't work for most people. Yeah, Fire Eater, non-refundable but transferable. Gotcha. Let's see. I would base prices on distance traveled. Yeah, I mean, exactly. There's a lot of variables to think about, is what I'm saying. And what I would like to do is try to maybe create something that is a lower cost. Yeah, I think that that's important. Lots of setup tents, portable rent. That stuff ain't cheap. Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying, Major. I understand, dude. I completely understand. But I don't know. I don't know how you can go from a gathering that is estimated to have 2,000 people, and then charge somebody between $60 and $90 based on how quick they bought their tickets, to one that is supposed to do 10,000 people, and only charge them 18. I mean, there's a variable there that's understandable. But anyway, let's get back on point. So I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about setting something up. I'm thinking about it, making it a very small class size, and then obviously there would be a fee, that would either pay for people to show up, or I'm sorry, for the professionals, or food, or something like that. There's a lot of math that's going to have to get done, but I think that's something I would like to try and do. And as long as you guys supported something like that, yeah, that's logical, Major Ken. That's logical. Then I think that it would be something that I would be willing to put the work into, because it will be a lot of work to make something like that happen. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Obviously, if you're interested, you can contact me on my webpage, and we'll see what happens. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't have vendors there. I'm just saying that they would not be like, the purpose of my class is to push you to my vending tent, that kind of thing. So, okay, I think that's about it. I went a little bit over, but I think it's for the best. As usual, guys, do not join my Patreon right now. It's too late in the month. Wait until the 1st, please. Otherwise, you will get double billed by Patreon, and I do not want you to do that. And then also, if you want to support the channel, somebody actually used my Buy Me a Coffee the other day, and then I can't figure out how to find out who that person is, so I can send them a thank you note. I just don't use that. That's something that I've had for years and just don't use a lot of, but I'm going to find who you are, and I'm going to tell you thank you. Just got tickets to that gigantic event in Tennessee. Gotcha, Christine. Gotcha. What was the name of it? Because I cannot remember. By the way, if you guys did not know, they are doing Prepper Stock in Tennessee as well. And their dates overlap each other. So you might actually have the opportunity to attend 2 different things that are going to be very close to each other. Let's see here. Fire Eater says, I used to charge $40 to $50 per class. Average class size was between 7 and 12 students. Gotcha. Fire Eater, do me a favor. Email me or message me somehow. I'd like to pick your brain on that, and then we can go from there. Let's see here. We're the ones who taught and had something to sell. Actually bad or just giving free advertising? It's hard to tell, Mini Haven. It's hard to tell. I literally got up and walked. So I wanted to go, the class that I wanted to go to the most was what happens after bang. The self-reliance experience. There you go. Gotcha, Christine. Thank you very much. And I really was interested in finding out about the legalities beyond what I knew, okay? And every single time the guy he wouldn't even do any like scenario-based things. He just talked about where you need to be and what needs to happen and how much it's going to cost. And every single, like the period on every one of his statements was something to the effect of, you need experienced, competent, legal protection. He never once talked about his booth. He never said anything like that. But later on, I saw him, or actually he did a couple times, but later on I saw him up at his booth, and he's like he wasn't USCCA or AA, something like that. He was not them. He was that other company. So let's see. Advertise, busy, priority should be info. Gotcha. Don't base your class on selling your product. Gotcha, Covey. Let's see. I think that's about it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut it because today is Monday. I do have a lot of I'm still in recovery mode for getting things back where they're supposed to be, getting back. I've still got seeds I got to put in the ground, but I can't do justice. Legal Shield. There you go, Doug Frost. That was the name of the company. GLHF. I don't know what that is. U.S. There we go. U.S. Law Shield. There you go. It's one of those two. Let's see. And also, too, guys, if you didn't know this, Amazon is getting ready to have a second Amazon Day in the month of October. So you might want to keep your eye out for that. I will be pushing that in the month of October. But, you know, the way the economy's going, the prices of things are going up. If you have not noticed, I've noticed about once a month I go through my Amazon store. You can find it by going to my store. It's a link that's on my webpage, localprepper.net, and it's set up for preppers. That way you don't have to like dive through 1,000 things. But what I'm noticing is that there's this slow buildup. There is a lot of stock out there that people are not buying, so they're giving these discounts on Amazon like up front. Like, hey, by the way, this is 46% off, and, you know, it used to be, you know, $100, and now it's like 93 or something like that, you know. So you should be looking at that stuff. I recommend that you do, even if you don't buy anything. Maintain your situational awareness, because the economy is not getting better, and there are still ways to maximize savings on the things that you want for your preparedness life. So let's see here. Good luck. Have fun. Gotcha. I'll try and remember that one, Covey. Let's see, unpacking. No, we already did all that, but I got to put stuff away and, you know, crap like that. Anyway, so, all right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. As usual, YouTube guys, stay safe, have a great day, and I'm going to push you guys to the outro. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, so I'm pushing the button now.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you decide to support the page. If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit the link below. If it didn't take you directly to it, you can just hit the support page. That's what it should look like. All you have to do is either hit the Patreon symbol or the join button. Doesn't matter. Just hit it and that'll get you started. It's $3 a month for 30-ish days of work from me. The price of a Starbucks coffee. So until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.